Okay, I'm going to try this one more time because I just made a 10-minute video and there was nothing on my screen in the video when I was done. So I already have answered my Google form, which all my responses are here. But being that I just did a video, that's why this is in there, because it's from my video. So I'm going to go back. So we're going to go back and we're going to open up our Google Drive. Sorry, I had closed it when I thought I was done. Oh, sorry. We're going to open up our Google Drive and we're going to open up the template that we just created. We are then going to take all of the titles from the top of our spreadsheet and copy and paste them into our template. The reason for copying and pasting them is that so we have less errors than we did last week when we created our template and we didn't copy and paste, we just wrote what we thought we wrote and there were some capitals were off and it's extremely case sensitive. So here's our template. Okay, so I had already done it because again, I already made a video. So we're going to go and we would copy and paste. For example, the title from here, you would hit Control Copy. You would bring it over to here. You would put it in between the two carets and you would Control Paste it into each of the places that you would need it to be in. Okay, so again, we really want to make sure that it's very case sensitive. So we are copying and pasting, and how we copy and paste in Google is we Control C and to copy and Control V to paste. So now that my template is all done with the carets, which is something that you'll need to pause and work on, we now can go back to our Google form. And again, we're going to hit preview. This is how we get so that we can fill in the Google form. And our lesson title, I'm just going to run another one, which would be part 2 of Autocrat screencast video. Okay, just for purposes of this. My learning target, I can screencast without messing up like I did before. This is going to fit both learning targets, so I'm going to check both. You, of course, will have tons of learning targets here, and this is where the top heavy, really labor-intensive piece comes. But again, once you complete it, it's all set, and you don't need to use it. You can use it all year. You don't need to redo it. You could use it all year round. So this is going to be a pencil, paper, worksheet, Chromebook thing. I will show you how to run Autocrat. We will go through it together. I cannot type tonight. You will run Autocrat on your own. Once you complete it, you can go home. Okay, I'm going to submit that. And then I'm going to go back to my Google Sheet. We don't need this tab anymore. I'm going to go back to my Google Sheet, and there is my second response. Okay, so setting up Autocrat. Hopefully this lets me set it up again because I already, like I said, just did it in the video that I thought I was creating for you. Okay, so when it opens, hopefully it'll say new job. It might not since I have already created this. Okay, it doesn't. But you would see step 1 on your directions, which we went over last week. So step 1 in your packet will then be here. So I'll just go through it with you again when I go to edit it. Okay, so first you'll name it, and I name mine Autocrat lesson plan template. You'll go to next. You will select it from your drive. You'll select the template that you're using. It'll be in your recent because you just created it. So that's a lesson plan template, and that you see I've already selected it right here. Okay, gonna hit next. So now, this was an issue that you guys were having last week, and this is where we were finding our spelling errors. We just need to make sure that it says lesson title, and that maps to lesson title column, right? And then lesson target is going to map to, learning target is going to map to learning target, learning standards to learning standards. This is meaning that on our form, it's going to pull from this exact column. Okay, so I do, you do, we do, assessment. Good. Next. My file name, I'm going to get rid of this timestamp thing. I don't want that anymore. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do. I just forgot my capital T. If you notice over here, this has a capital T. So this is going to be, it says that you can use tags. So I want my lesson plan, and then I want the date and the time that I created it as my file name. But since I had a lowercase t, it didn't work before. So my type, it's going to be a Google Doc and multiple output source. Next. So if you follow, you could follow in your directions. It'll tell you exactly where we are. So we are already up to step 5. Choose destination. So we made that folder at the beginning. You're going to put them in the folder. You're going to choose that folder, which mine was called Autocrat Lessons. I'm going to hit next. We don't need number 6. You're just going to click through. We don't need number 7. You're going to click through. Now, shareable doc. Yes, you want to share it. Here's where you can decide to make it a PDF, a view only. For this purpose, we're going to keep it editable just in case we want to change anything in the future. Allow collaborators to reshare it. No. If we're sending it to an administrator, we probably don't want them to share it with anybody else. So we don't want them to be allowed to share it. There are situations where you can absolutely click yes. Send from generic no reply address. No, you want it to be sent from yourself. So you want it to be sent, from you. So you're going to, who you're going to send it to. For this, we're going to put our own email address. So I put lfalco@ercsd.org. You can put a copy. Maybe you want to send it home all the time. Maybe you want to copy it to your coworkers. If you want them to reply, if they're going to be able to have a reply to you, you could also put yourself in there as well. Then here, I think it said this was the subject line, so you have to have that filled in. That'll kick you out if you don't. So I put Falco's lesson plans, and this would be the body of it. This is my weekly lesson plans. Next. Okay, number 9. So run on form trigger. That means that when I come in and I click add-ons and I go to launch, then it'll run. But I could also have it run on a time trigger, so every 6 hours. Maybe you are busy in your day and you're just filling in these lesson plans and you don't have time to go run it. So you're having it run every night. Maybe you're an administrator and you're walking around and you are busy just filling in forms, doing walkthroughs, and then when you get back to your desk, you either want to run it or you just want it to run at night and send the email to the teacher. Now we're done. We're going to hit save. Hopefully when this loads, we'll be able to hit the play button. If we can't hit the play button, it's because we did something wrong. So a lot of you last time were getting like a little red thing over here. You got to go back and edit it. It won't let you save until everything is filled in properly. And that's where you need to follow your steps in the packet I handed you last week. So we're going to hit play and hope for the best. Okay, so now here's where we're going to access it. We're going to come over to here. We could close this. We don't need this anymore. And here is going to be the Google Doc that was created. So we're going to click on the link. And, oh, my timestamp's still messed up. I'll have to fix that up here. But look, part 2 of Autocrat, it worked. Awesome. So hopefully tonight you guys can all make your own. You should probably go back and start over with a lesson plan template that you actually will use. For the purposes of this and tonight, I've already created one for you guys to fill in your lesson plans that will be submitted to, I guess, Merit at the end. So you'll fill that out later. I'll post the link to that. But for tonight, I really want you to just be creating a template that you actually will use for your lesson plans. Or if you decide not to do that and you want to do something that you'll actually use in your classrooms, feel free.